Hello, it's a beautiful spring morning here in the Bay Plenty of New Zealand, and my plan today is plug my power supply into the car and I'm going to flash tune the transmission. So I've been for a drive because the first thing you should do is warm it up, warm up the oil, get it up to temp. I got it serviced a week ago, so apparently that's pretty important too. So yeah, it's important, especially with this initial flash, that you have a constant power supply. So at the moment I've got, it's a bit hard to see because of the light, but I've got 14 volts going in from this power pack, and I'll continue to leave that connected for this, especially for this initial flash, because it can take up to 10 minutes and you don't really want your power diminishing too much during that time, because it can just interrupt the flash and I don't know what would happen. So once you've done the initial flash, any incremental changes that you make only take up to 2 minutes, so you can pretty much do that on the side of the road if you want to. I use the Thor Wi-Fi adapter like that. My seat belt's fastened because that's a way of the car, well, it basically means that the car's not going to go to sleep. So switch on to airplane mode, switch your Wi-Fi on, and Thor should come up. There we go. The car needs to be powered on, but obviously not running, so Thor's connected. Flash this car. It's a good idea to turn everything off. My headlights are off. So I'm going to flash it to stage 2. So I guess we choose the latest version. So I just want to do a straight stage 2 flash. I haven't flashed this car before. I had it on my E61, which was absolutely brilliant, and because that car was a write-off, unfortunately, I kept the license, the flash license, but I had to buy a new map pack for this 8-speed automatic. So you'll see all sorts of crazy stuff going on your dashboard when you do the flash, but just ignore it. It's just all part of it, drivetrain fault, etc. We love that sound. So flashing stage 2, and like I say, important that you have a transmission service done. Make sure it's all up to scratch, and then before you do your flash, especially this initial flash, take your car for a drive, get everything up to temp, put it through some gears, and then come home and do your flash. So looks like this is going to take about 5.5 minutes. Just on a side note, so something I've just had done to this car while we're waiting is coilovers. So coilovers and spacers now. I haven't gone to town as far as ride height goes. It's not much lower than stock, which I prefer. Sits and rides really nicely now, and the old shocks were the originals, so 140,000 kilometres, so yeah, they were had it. And I put my original kidney grill back in, the chrome, which is very unorthodox thing to do, to take out the black one that I just bought, to put the chrome one back in, but I prefer it. I'm going to try and keep this car pretty stock as far as the outside of it goes. I've obviously got the stock wheels on, which I really like, and they're in pretty good condition. So yeah, our power pack's doing its thing, maintaining our voltage, which is what you want. You don't want that dropping while you're doing your flash. Seatbelt's connected, and we're up to 34%. So we'll come back and check soon. So the other thing with the initial flash is you've got a little bit of a, I guess you'd call it run-in sort of period, where you've got to do some moderate driving through all the different ranges, load the engine a little bit, around town, open road, but not wide open throttle, like being a little bit conservative. And you need to do that for approximately, I think about 50 to 70 miles, which is around about 80 to 100 kilometers. So that's not too hard to do. So I'll be doing that after I've had some breakfast, because it's only 7:20 in the morning. It's spring and it's light at like 6 o'clock in the morning now. So here we go, finalising flash. Success. Done. So I'll just power off and disconnect the charger. Go for a little drive. So one thing you notice, put it into drive and it shows you what gear you're in, which normally you only get when you're in manual or sports manual. So it's quite a nice little bonus. So the first thing I've noticed is just how quick the shifts are. Really smooth too. So it's in sports manual now. Yeah, that's probably plenty actually. I could go to stage 3, but yeah, this is crisp, quick shifting, really responsive. If you enjoyed this video, check out some others on my channel. I've got lots of car stories on there, and you'll see the story behind my last car, the things I did to it, my E61, and its untimely ending, I guess you could say. So the F31 is its replacement, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So if you like this video, like I say, check out the others and subscribe, and there'll be more coming on this car and on other people's cars, and a little bit of art as well.